Cross Season 2 Review. Aldis Hodge bolsters a compelling return in Prime Video's thrilling crime drama. Cross quickly rose to the top of my list of favorite Prime Video TV shows following the release of Season 1 last year. With potent social commentary, quick-paced thrilling mystery, and a realistic portrayal of grief, Cross Season 1 was an enthralling debut for the show, which gave me high expectations for how Season 2 would play out. However, Cross Season 2 takes a different, albeit expected, approach to its follow-up story. Instead of a mystery that hits close to home, Alex Cross Aldis Hodge becomes embroiled in a nationwide case. The results hit more than they miss, but at times they do miss. Even so, Season 2 is a competent, smart, and engaging follow-up to its stellar predecessor. The premise of Cross Season 2 follows its title hero as Hez reunited with Detective Kayla Craig Alantal for a joint investigation between Washington, D.C. police and the FBI. Billionaire businessman Lance Duran Matthew Lillard is convinced someone is trying to kill him and wants to uncover the culprit prior to the launch of a major, potentially world-changing product. As Alex and Kayla dig into the case, though they discover discrepancies that could justify why Duran is being targeted, it opens up a moral dilemma for Alex, especially though it doesn't bring him as close as his previous case. The personal element is somewhat muted following the end of Cross Season 1. His wife's death doesn't play as big a role in the latest story, but Cross has plenty of other cards to play to liven up its story. This includes a side plot for Kayla that offers a unique parallel to the core case unfolding. While it's not as compelling a combo as Ed Ramsey and Alex investigating his wife's murder, it does elevate attributes of the season, particularly when it comes to who is targeting Durand and why. That also takes a similar approach to the Ramsey case of last season, with the audience knowing more than Alex and those around him when the investigation begins. However, as character storylines unfold and clash, events begin transpiring that are deeply impactful in their purpose. They may not be as personal, but they are investing and more complex than Season 1. The strongest part of Season 2 was how this story weaved its way into Alex's life, even without being as directly relatable as Season 1's case. Cross characters all have a hand to play in the larger narrative. While the episodes admittedly take some time to truly find their footing, I personally wasn't locked in until Episode 4. The payoff is well worth the build-up. Although Cross Season 2 embraces its differences from Season 1 quite well, the biggest flaw comes with its promise of a bigger storyline. Alex, Kayla, and other characters are forced to a variety of locations, not just in DC, but around the country as they seek the truth. It makes for some bigger, more thrilling sequences alongside a wider mystery. But although the show's mystery is bigger, it doesn't necessarily mean it's better. Cross Season 2 has a hard time making its larger case feel as massive as it's trying to portray. The show finds itself going in circles at various points, something Season 1 tactfully avoided, making it stand out more here. There is also a compacting effect that happens as it unfolds, making its initial widespread presentation somewhat confusing. Still, the show utilizes its strongest characters, especially Alex, to deepen the mystery through their personal perspectives of its complexities. The heroes and villains aren't so black and white this time, and those shades of gray make up for the loss of a personal connection for its protagonist. By leaning into the more typical season-long procedural thriller format, Cross Season 2 makes up for its shortcomings. While I'm still more partial to Season 1's approach of giving Alex a deeply personal stake in the overall story, Season 2 goes all in on what works for its premise and succeeds. Maybe not to the same extent as Season 1, but it's a success nevertheless. Thanks to its intriguing narratives and complex web of events, Cross Season 2 is a strong continuation of Prime Video's best new crime thriller series. Even without the same connective tissue that made Season 1 so special, the follow-up is a worthy successor that keeps up the momentum, making for an interesting narrative that's about more than catching the bad guy.